Good morning. Thank you all for being here. When we said we were going to have 70 chairs, I think people thought that why do we need somebody, but what a great turnout. Obviously it's a big day for Meridian Township and our fire department. I want to start by thanking Big B Coffee. They donated all the refreshments today, so thank you to them for that. I want to introduce the township board members that are here, starting out with our supervisor, Betsy Legoff, our treasurer, Julie Brixey, our clerk, Brett Dreyfus, and we have 4 trustees here, Milton Scales, Angie Wilson, and Ron Steika. And I don't believe Mr. Veenster was able to make it this morning due to a prior commitment. I want to thank Deborah Guthrie and her home TV crew for organizing the entire event. So thank you to all of you for your work and what you do for our communications in the township. It's important not to forget, as we look forward to the future, it's important to not forget the past. And this project started under the leadership of Jerry Richards, our former township manager. Jerry led the village campaign, was instrumental in planning with the fire station. And I want to acknowledge, although Jerry has retired from the township, he had 21 years with the township, 17 as manager. And I want to thank Jerry Richards for all his work. Where is Jerry? There he is, Jerry. Thank you. And of course, the project couldn't have happened without DLZ. Oh, Trustee Veenstra, welcome. I'm glad you're here. There's a seat open right next to the clerk. Thank you. Yes, Trustee John Veenstra. The full board is here. Thank you to DLZ and Wheeland Daco for your work in getting us to this point. I think the committee, I won't go through the committee members. I think one of the speakers is going to do that. We also, I planned this on a special day because I wanted it to be on someone who's very near and dear to the township, our supervisor, Betsy the Goss. I thought, well, we're going to have it at the end of March. Let's have it on Betsy's birthday. So I planned it today. The only problem is Betsy's birthday was yesterday. So that just goes with my planning skills. But I would also, if you would join me in a rendition of Happy Birthday to our supervisor. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Betsy. Happy birthday to you. All right, thank you. This is a big day for us as we move forward in the township, and without further ado, I want to introduce our first speaker, our supervisor, Betsy the Goff, who will talk about the vision of the township. So, Betsy.
Thank you. It really is a pleasure to be here. And I'm delighted that a new fire station is going to be built on this side. This fire station was approved by the voters November 6, 2012. And the bond proposal allowed $3.5 million in general bonds to build the central fire station to replace that old fire station at the corner of Clinton Street and Okemos. And there are 4 acres here out of a 20-acre parcel, and the bond, I personally think...
I'll hold it for you.
Oh, okay. All right. I personally think this is a wonderful location because the last time there was a fire on Brookfield Drive, which was years ago, the East Lansing Fire Department got there first. Now, while all help was welcome, I'm quite sure that now the Meridian Township Department could make it out to Brookfield before better and faster. So, thank you.
Before I move on to our next speaker, I want to just touch on for a minute. You know, we had some challenges with getting this station to the point where we are today and to get it built. I won't go into those today because that's the past. But you know, someone did step forward in the neighborhood and really want to help us out. I want to read the following letter that this gentleman wrote because he's here today and he really stepped forward and showed great support to the township. I followed the recent township board meetings concerning the location of a new fire station. And as a nearby resident, I wish to express my opinion on the matter. It seems to me that the most recent proposal to locate the station at the corner of Okemos Road and Central Park Drive, where the fire truck enters on Okemos Road, is a reasonable solution to the problem. I have no objections to the station there. My house, where I've lived for the past 50 years, is located several hundred feet south of the proposed location on the opposite side of Okemos Road. When I moved to my home, there was no mall, no Myers, and little traffic noise. I think those who live on the perimeter of the Meridian Mall and related businesses must accept the fact that streets circling the business of the township will no longer be quiet residential. Finally, I found the Meridian Township paramedics to be wonderful people. And as an old person, I'm glad to have them a stone's throw away. That letter was written by Robert Hammer, and Mr. Hammer is here today. And I would just ask Mr. Hammer if you could just stand and be recognized.
I just like to say, as somebody who's lived in this area for a long time, we welcome you. I'm looking forward to having the fire station so close to my house.
Thank you.
I hope it gets done soon, and I'll be following your work with a lot of interest.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And also, there's three people I want to recognize very quickly, and those people are on the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission was very important to get this project built. I want to recognize three people who are here from the Planning Commission: John Scott Craig, Richard Haneke, and Pat Jackson. And Pat Jackson actually chaired the Planning Commission during the entire process of the fire station. You three were important to where we are today, and we thank you very much. Now I'd like to introduce our township trustee, Ron Steika, who served over 20 years on the Okemos School Board and has served in his first term as trustee on the board. He's going to talk about the role of the committee which he served on. Ron?
This ground is tough with replaced knees, I'll tell you. I'm very pleased to be here today. I'm humbled to have this opportunity to speak at this groundbreaking because all the Meridian Township board members and the prior serving board members are really responsible for this moment. President Kennedy said, "Things do not happen, things are made to happen." Many people made this moment happen. Retired Township Manager Jerry Richards and Fire Chief Cowper saw the need. The people of Meridian spoke overwhelmingly in their votes. The staffs of the fire department and the township worked with the architects and engineers to give shape to the project. And when the project was confronted with too high costs and concerns and challenges from a few citizens, Township Manager Walsh and Chief Cowper applied their leadership skills to get us here today. A committee of the manager and chief, many key staff members, the architect Eric Boulieu, Township Supervisor LeGoff, and me, was formed to work with the construction manager Matt Geschel and Dave Todd from Wheeland Daveco to resize and redesign the project to meet the budget authorized by the citizens of Meridian. It was hard work. Everything had to be reviewed and re-reviewed. Through value engineering, vision, and compromise, the fire station plans were developed for the project that we are here to begin groundbreaking today. We know that buildings often become symbols of communities. As a result of the efforts of all those who have been involved in this project, this building will be a symbol of the values of the Meridian community. The values of tenacity, compromise, ingenuity, and dedication to filling the needs of the public in a sensible manner. With all the stumbling blocks faced and the many battles that had to be fought to get us here, it is only a small stretch, I say, to borrow a quote from Winston Churchill. Now is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. As we begin the construction phase of this project, congratulations to the citizens of Meridian, who will be served for many years by this important public safety facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. We appreciate that. And with that, I'd like to bring up Matt Getchell from Wayland Daveco to talk about the project itself. Matt?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matt Getchell. I'm the Senior Project Manager for Wayland Daveco, and I'm working with our team on this project. First of all, I would just like to say thank you for hiring us and let you know that we are very excited about building this new fire station. I'd also like to introduce our team. Our CEO, Rob Kruger, is here today. Our Vice President of of Marketing, Kevin Shaw, is here. Our Project Manager, Dave Todd, and our Field Superintendent, Tom Smith. It's been a real pleasure working with the township, the staff, the board, the fire chief, Fred, and the assistant chief, Bill, and DLZ as well. Everyone has worked really hard to value engineer the project to make sure that it hits the township budget, but we did not sacrifice quality. The project, this building will be a 10,800 square foot facility. It'll have 3 new bays to house the fire trucks. It has a mezzanine for storage. It has approximately 6 new offices. It has a new kitchen, training room, dorm rooms, and a new community room as well that's going to hold about 50 people. I'd just like to say that we're very excited about this project, and we're looking forward to getting started, and we're going to work hard to get it done on time and under budget. Thank you.
Those last 2 words, I do. Just terrific, actually. So thank you very much. Tough. You walked into a tough assignment. $4.5 million bid. How do we get it down to $2.8 million? And I want to thank everyone who served on the committee to make that happen. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't point out Ray Severy. Ray has been with us for a long time. He's done a great job for the township. He served as the project manager for this project and will continue to serve even on a part-time basis. But Ray has announced his retirement in June, and it's going to be a difficult position for us to fill going forward, knowing all of Ray's great job that he's done for the township. And Ray, we really appreciate you, and we wish you well in your retirement. Just noticing the leadership of our fire. Boy, you guys look good back there. Great. Thank you. Appreciate you being there. With that, I'd like to introduce our leader of our fire department, one person who I've really appreciated his tenacity, his patience, and his leadership in the past couple years as we worked through this project. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our final speaker, Chief Fred Cowper.
It's my honor and a privilege to welcome you to the groundbreaking ceremony today. Today, we celebrate a visible beginning, a new milestone in the journey of the Meridian Township Fire Department. I want to thank everyone who had a personal interest in conceptualizing and sharing in the new central station. The new central station will be 2 things. I think it'll be inspiring, and it certainly is going to be critically needed. I have with me a photograph that was given to me by the late Mary Helmbrecht. It's a photograph of a groundbreaking ceremony here in Meridian Township in 1957. It's the old Central Fire Station. And I don't think these gentlemen here had a tent, and I'm sure they didn't have a fire truck cake. But let me tell you what they did have. They had a vision, and they had leadership. And those gentlemen passed that baton down to our new leaders. And I can't thank Jerry Richards and Frank Walsh enough for grabbing that baton and providing a vision for the new Central Fire Station. If it wasn't for those gentlemen on the board, we wouldn't have a fire station today. So thank them for that leadership. It's the leadership that I haven't seen here Well, it's the highest leadership I've seen in Meridian Township, and I think that speaks volumes for them. So thank those gentlemen for that. When this station is completed, this photograph is going to reside here because it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to have some history, which I think we really need, and it's also going to be a resting place. A part of Mary Hembrecht is going to rest here in this fire station, and I think that's really important. She was so supportive of the fire station, and she was on the panel that hired me, and I appreciate that. We talked about Mr. Hammer. I did visit him yesterday in his home. What a gracious man, and I'll say also what a historian of Meridian Township. And we talked about some very important things. One that I think was the most important is what kind of candy does he like? And he told me the candy he likes happens to be the same kind that my wife likes. But I thought, you know, I'm going to share with him my favorite candy. I'm going to give that to him now. And then you can try that and you can let me know what you think of that.
Is it lifesavers?
I like that. The station will be the lifesaver. So. But anyway, I thank you for the visit yesterday and some of the history. It was very nice. But I want to share something that you said, if you don't mind. You see, the board and the manager right now have directed the department directors in goal setting, defining goals and making sure that we complete them. Well, the fire stations happens to be one of the 2015 goals. So how do we define that? Well, yesterday Mr. Hammer said to me in his home, which he lives right across the street here, and lived there since 1964. He said, I'm so happy to see the fire station going up across the street. Because, you know, I'm 90 years old, and one of these days, I'm probably going to need it. Now, how do we better define a goal than what Mr. Hammer is telling us? You see, we're providing a level of comfort to him. And beyond that, Mr. Hammer, we're providing an atmosphere of comfort to the residents of Meridian Township. So thank you for the new fire station. I appreciate it.
We're going to go out and have a little ceremony real quick, and then we're going to all come in and hopefully enjoy some of the cake that the chief referenced. I'd like to ask the following people to, if maybe Mr. Priest, Chief, maybe you could hand out the shovels since you're closest as the people come through. I don't want to underestimate the role that the Planning Commission had in this process. I'd like to start with having our 3 planning commissioners on hand. Please come up and grab a shovel.
Just a 1, 2, 3.
You sure? Perfect.
Before you dig that little first, I want you to think of all the effort, energy that we all put into this project and how long it's taken us to get to this point. And this first shovel is very a symbol of all the work that we've done. So we appreciate all of you and your efforts. So on that, 1. You can go up to the loose stuff and make it a lot easier.
Up.
2, 3.
You're not going to dig the whole thing.
And then Bill wanted to take a picture with your helmets hanging on the end of the shovel. Right?
What we'll do is we'll stick them all in the ground, and then
Okay.
we can even stick them in the loose stuff if you can't get it in the.
One thing I did.
Turn it. Just flip it up. There you
There we
go.
go.
There you go.
The digging
A little closer in, Fred.
I've actually got a real photographer here.
Okay.
Not that I'm not a real photographer, mind you. Somebody who's better than me.
All right, smile pretty.
can't hold my stomach in that long.
Hey, wrong guy.
He thinks he's got a problem.
You're working out every night. You don't have anything to hold in. Bryden.
Didn't look, did you?
Sun's coming out.
Oh, was it late night?
No, it's up today. I didn't look at your other picture.
Okay, thank you.
I think I made a little contribution to this video. I really wanted to feel that for you guys. I make a lot of my best contributions.